Across the billions of years our planet has existed, there's been countless discoveries and revolutions that have shaped the course of history and mankind. Fire, irrigation, Tyler Perry's Medea cinematic universe. One of the most important moments, however, was when some monkey 20 million years ago was banging on a wall in a cave with a stick and was all like, "Oh shit, that went hard as fuck."
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come here?
Music has been a quintessential part of human history, moving societies forward and bringing people together. But like any big fish, there's always a few barnacles that cling to it. One of the most fascinating parts about this whole YouTube thing is the sort of bubble industries it's created, specifically the YouTube music sphere. By YouTube music, I don't mean music YouTubers or music that's uploaded to YouTube. I mean music being made by people who are or were YouTubers that weren't focused on music when they started out. It's one of the weirdest and most interesting byproducts of this age we're in, and I don't think enough is being said about what it all means. So, hi everyone, Dapthany Daptano here, the internet's busiest cartoon, and it's time for a review of YouTuber music. YouTubers trying their hand at music isn't something new. It's been a move creators have been taking for at least a decade. The first YouTuber to reach 1 million subscribers was, as I bet a lot of you know, Fred. Yeah, YouTube was weird back then.
You sound unhinged.
And looking at the Fred channel, sprinkled all throughout the most popular videos are music videos and original songs. These songs pulled in millions of views, and that has to do in part with the direct relationship between the Fred persona and the music itself. Are you popping off on YouTube in 2009? Just make a quick song. It doesn't have to be good. It just has to fit the channel.
Where are we gonna go in here?
This was a strategy lots of creators from this era clung onto, and it's something that YouTubers are still doing to this day. Creators like Danny Gonzalez and pretty much every vlog channel in existence have clung onto this idea, and it's become an integral part of the YouTuber circle of life.
But I still need a little bow.
I mean, seriously, it seems like these dudes signed some kind of contract when they first start popping off, saying they'll make a couple songs at some point. But it's important to remember that this channel and music relationship exists. These songs and music videos are being made as an extension of the channel and its brand. Making music to go along with your channel keeps expectations realistic, you know? It's not like you're trying to appeal to the average rate your music user or something like that. But it draws a fine line as to what you can and can't do with your music, and how far you can go with it. Your channel's brand and your songs are attached at the hip. This category of YouTuber music can be a fun novelty at best, or a painful, cash-grabbing mess at worst.
They think that I need glasses. I gotta let the shit the fuck off.
This is only half the story, however. There's another way of doing things, albeit a much riskier one. That way, of course, is a creator starting a music project entirely separate from their previously established channel, brand, or image. Scary stuff, I know. A lot of people like to point to Donald Glover, or as he's known by his stage name, Childish Gambino, when it comes to internet stars turned musicians, but I'm not sure that's a super great comparison. Like, yeah, sure, Donald was on College Humor, and they were uploading their content to YouTube, but YouTube was never Donald's main focus during his career. If we're saying Donald Glover was a YouTuber, then I mean, shit, I guess Tyler the Creator was one too.
Some girl gonna come up to me today and say, Jesus, Jesus this, Jesus that. Bitch! You never
go and fucking crawl in a dirty, dank little hole where you fucking come from, you.
In any case, this route obviously isn't the best idea if you're just looking for quick ad revenue, as you're now subjecting yourself to the real music industry and quite literally millions of competitors with record label backing and a lot more experience than you've got. That isn't to say it can't be done, however. One of the first examples of this kind of branching out being successful comes from none other than...
What's happening for him?
Yep, I'm being dead ass. The guy who was doing your mom changed the game when it came to internet personalities deciding to make music. In 2011, Ray William Johnson created his own music project called Your Favorite Martian, which featured cartoon versions of himself and the rest of his virtual band. Think of it as gorillas, but awesome. At this point in time, a music project like this from a popular creator with halfway decent production value was a big deal, and since the YouTube landscape was infinitely smaller a decade ago than it is now, word about Your Favorite Martian spread like wildfire. Now, as important as this project was, I don't want to oversell things. It was a product of its time. with some of the virtual band's biggest hits being songs titled Orphan Tears and My Balls, along with Ray making the odd decision to start doing covers of other, more popular songs in the second half of the project's lifespan. Your Favorite Martian reeked of early 2010s internet. But despite this, Ray kept on pulling in views, and it was only looking uphill from here. Until disaster struck. September 26th, 2012, the day the world stood still. Your Favorite Martian had just released a brand new song, but at the end of the music video, Ray included a very important message to his fans.
We're putting all of our effort into this one incredible album, and we've been working on it for 8 months. And I promise you, it is going to be the most awesome thing you've ever heard in your life.
And so, the cat was out of the bag, the day of reckoning was upon us, and the official debut studio album from Your Favorite Martian was coming soon. And then nothing happened.
You said the album was coming out on Saturday, it didn't come out. What happened?
You and your mom!
Your Favorite Martian just sort of disappeared. The channel's name was deleted, and the project was abandoned following the album announcement. But maybe it just wasn't meant to be. The world just wasn't ready for more Ray William Johnson covers of Eminem songs.
Now you get to watch it leave out the window, guess that's why they call it window pane.
Just gotta
So, Your Favorite Martian went to the Yandhi folder, leaving us in a drought of YouTube music careers. Just a few short years later, however, a new music project was started by an even more influential content creator, a project that would have a very different outcome than Your Favorite Martian. In late 2015, 2 songs titled Thom and You Suck Charlie were quietly uploaded onto the internet by someone you probably know a lot about now, Joji, aka George Miller, the mind behind Filthy Frank. Now, personally, the Filthy Frank channel wasn't really my cup of tea during its heyday. I was probably watching Fine Bros or something stupid like that. But I think George being able to seamlessly transition from a dedicated internet-based creator to a music artist with huge mainstream success has completely opened a whole new realm of possibilities for creatives born out of this internet age. Success that wasn't imaginable a decade ago. That isn't even accounting for Joji's artistic evolution over the years too, as his vocal range has blossomed since his debut project In Tongues in 2017. With YouTuber music being dominated by the gimmicky, channel-integrated standards for years, and the music industry still in an odd transitional period as the world of streaming collides with traditional marketing and artist contracts, Joji's success has been sort of the perfect storm for inspiring change and creative risks. Similar to the rise of Tyler the Creator in Odd Future, it's exemplified how the internet can not only be used as a way to reach audiences that are typically ignored, but also cultivate aspiring creatives and give them a wider avenue to grow as an artist. For the longest time, a YouTuber going all out on a standalone music career was an incredibly risky venture that probably wouldn't have paid off, at least in comparison to just making music for your channel. But it's becoming clear that that's no longer the case. In the years that have followed, we've seen more and more YouTubers making the leap into dedicated music projects, and there's been a lot of great developments since. I was just about ready to write off Cody Ko and Noel Miller's rap duo Tiny Meat Gang, as it seemed like not much more than a joke side project. However, with their past few songs, I've been absolutely blown away by how far they've come, especially Cody's rapping ability. Hearing Broke Bitch for the first time was a huge surprise, as I honestly couldn't believe these were the same dudes who made Keep Ya Dick Fat. The beat knocks, the hook is clean, it's short and sweet, and both Noel and Cody come through with equally solid performances. They LeBron and Kyrie that shit. If they keep up this kind of quality, which seems to be the case based on their latest song, Sophia, it looks like Tiny Meat Gang has a bright future ahead of them. I've never really watched KSI before and know next to nothing about him, but he's probably the biggest example of YouTubers having mainstream music success, behind Joji of course. KSI has been able to get quite a few big names on his songs so far, like Offset, Lil Baby, and Rick Ross. It's not like KSI's music is anything all that experimental or genre bending, but it's all well produced and sounds on par with similar artists. If you put his music in a playlist with other rappers, KSI's music wouldn't stick out badly at all. While that is a positive, it also makes what he's released so far a little bland. But even if it's nothing amazing, having that little Maybach music tag on his song with Rick Ross made me geek out a little bit. And I'm sure he's got a lot of room to grow as an artist as well. KSI's got some serious mainstream potential, and I wish him the best of luck with his future music. Nakey Jakey is, without a doubt, one of my favorite creators on this platform, and it just so happens that his music is fantastic as well. While it doesn't seem like his music project is his main focus quite yet, the material he's put out so far has been a huge breath of fresh air and super creative. The production is actually one of Jakey's biggest strengths for two reasons. One being that production quality is normally the Achilles heel of most YouTuber music, and the other being that Jakey produces his music himself. As if there weren't enough things he's doing right, Jakey's music videos are great too, Cafeteria and Not Dead Yet being some serious standouts. Jakey's got the vocal range, creativity, and production to make his music project of his something really special, and I can't wait to see what he does next. After originally bursting out of the YouTube scene as a FIFA YouTuber, Quadeca, or Ben Lasky if we're going by his real name, has actually been making music since 2014, and after a few smaller releases throughout the mid-2010s, he's really carved out his own spot within the hip-hop landscape following the release of his newest album, From Me to You. Now, a common complaint about Quadeca's music is that it can be kinda corny, which, I mean, yeah, there's definitely a noticeable NF and Logic influence on his delivery and production choices, but at the same time, songs like Sisyphus are just, so fucking cool, and with From Me to You being Ben's big breakthrough project, his career trajectory is pointed in a great direction, and I'm really excited to see him evolve sonically and incorporate more into his lyrical wheelhouse, as he's got a great foundation as of right now. And in a bit of a full circle moment, From Me to You has some pretty clear influences from Joji, the man who basically jump-started this whole phenomenon in the first place. As the lines are blurred between YouTube personalities and internet-based multimedia artists, there's never been a better time for ambitious creators to spread their wings and experiment with new ideas or projects. I've got a good feeling we're going to see riskier jumps amongst YouTubers into new fields, rather than just sticking to tried and true formulas. YouTube's been around for a decade and a half now, and it's becoming apparent that having a big subscriber count on this website isn't enough to guarantee long-term success. With more and more proof that these kinds of changes can lead to huge payoffs, I don't think the future's ever been brighter for YouTubers or internet personalities that want to give this whole music business a try. It's still a pretty intimidating task, don't get me wrong. Shifting away from your original ideas in favor of new interests, all while risking alienating your already established fanbase, is a pretty scary idea with tons of risks involved. But if you're a creator who feels like you want to branch out into a new passion of yours, the only way to know if you'd make that shot is if you take it.
Nice job wrapping that up. Why do you talk so matter-of-fact though? It's a little condescending.
I'm kind of a musical expert. Have you seen my topster?
I can't tell if you actually have zero self-awareness or if this is just a bit you do.
You got some syrup in one of those cabinets, right? These pancakes should be done any minute now.
Oh, thanks, Jess. You didn't have to do that.
You didn't poison them, did you?
Breakfast is the least I could do for my favorite clients. Granted, my only clients, but still my favorites. Oh, also, where's your fire extinguisher?
I don't think there's one in the room. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. Yeah, that's gotta be a code violation or something.